Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Nikki. My name is Nicole Nyokabi. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe, leave a like hapo chini and leave a comment. And today on our show we have a guest Ntaka introduce before we tell you what we'll be discussing today.
Oh, okay. Hi guys.
Hi.
Oh, you're the guy.
I am the guy.
My name is Nganga Njuki. I am a mental health advocate. I head an organization called mindheaven.ke.
Head.
I head it. I'm the CEO. Yeah.
Kwani ilikufa umesema head?
I am heading it.
Oh, you are head on nimesikia head.
I'm the head.
Oh.
See head, yeah, hard. Anyway,
So
yeah.
So what is your organization all about?
Basically it's about spreading awareness concerning mental health and just letting young people know that their productivity is important by first starting by taking care of their mental health. Yeah, so that is basically what we do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Do you have programs in?
Definitely.
What kind of programs do you
We
offer?
have weekly webinars. We have monthly events. Actually, we have an event coming up next month.
Tuambili watu nyoko interested utamia mahali tutakuja event.
Why not? So we are having a bonfire next month. We'll be having plenty of activities. As much as ni kitu ya kuspread awareness, we don't want it to be monotonous.
So that have fun.
Exactly. Alafu pia to provide you avenue ya wase kufunguka. So we have plenty of games. We are going to cook. We are going to have some music, poetry. And then we'll have a round discussion.
Where is the event?
The event iko Ruaka. Wacha kusema ni mbali utakam. Nimekuinvite.
Thank you, but I might have to decline. When? Weekend,
ni Friday. Friday night.
Nyesha asubuhi. So tunalala nje. Ama kuna camps.
Usijali come. It's let it remain
anonymous.
Because nikispill details sasa mtakuja kuona nini.
Si tunakuja, mimi nakuja juu niko curious like events za usiku.
Exactly, sasa sino sikwambii details, wewe kuja juu uko curious.
Tutaongea. Anyway, so thank you very much for being on our show today. So we'll talk about authentic people, support groups, all of it pamoja. So what can you tell us about it?
Man, I have a lot to say. I have quite a lot.
Ukona airtime.
So, I'm a very critical thinker. Let me start there. I'm a very critical thinker. And then I'm usually intrigued by human behavior. I love watching how human beings behave and find explanation for how people behave. So, and then I'm also a fanatic of psychology. I've not done psychology yet. I'm just an advocate. But I have like an overwhelming interest in psychology. So I usually listen to a lot of people, read a lot of articles. So your knowledge in kiasi, that's what I use to try and see how it reflects in the community, whether it's making sense. Ama ni jaba tu. So okay, let's start let me start from defining authenticity. Okay, authenticity basically means being yourself. And I have seen this community in a struggle na hiyo kitu sana.
People don't like owning up to who they are.
Exactly. People like conforming to
societal expectations.
Exactly. To what their friends put on the table. That's what they want. And in the long run, that thing has a lot of effect. Because you end up losing yourself. And it's quite a journey to now start finding yourself. Inakwanga a very big journey to start finding yourself. So ndio maana nilikuwa nimesema tutaongelea authenticity na pia tutaongelea about friendships, healthier circles. Yani how these two connect. Because if you have a circle that does not embrace you for who you are, then it automatically means that friendship you have is not going to be long lasting. It's going to be very short term. Because you are meeting people's expectations. Unaget? It's not like you being you and them embracing you as you are. Unaget? So for how long will you be meeting people's expectations? It's going to be very itakoverwhelm. So even ndo maana unapata hakuna long lasting friendships. People just meet up, hi, unapata maybe there is a gap in kuna gap fulani unataka ikue filled in you than that this friend can feel. So when once it's filled umechomoka zako ama umefeel for example hata tunaweza ongea kuhusu relationship probably mi nasikia ni kama nataka kuwa tu na mtu like hakuna hata a very big like unataka tu kuwa na mtu hauna hata an idea. Kuna rafiki yangu tulikuwa tunapiga story naye juzi na alikuwa ananishow, alikuwa anauliza certain girl ati mbona unataka kudate, and then the girl is like sijui like unaona like
kwa na reason mbona nataka kudate.
Of course if it has to be long lasting then it has to have a reason.
I can date because I feel like okay I don't know how to answer that question.
You see, yeah, like unajua like for something to be long lasting lazima ikuwe na a purpose driven. Ndio maana unaonanga purpose driven relationships ama friendships they last.
Very true.
Unaget kama Mkuru na Jugush hiyo ni friendship ita last because they are doing something purpose driven like they will need each other mpaka
end of times.
Exactly. So hiyo easy fall out probably very some disagreements but purpose driven zinakwanga hata marriages purpose driven marriages you last. Juu unapata probably what the husband is doing the wife is in support. Unaget kitu kama hiyo. So unapata ukiingia kwa place na hauna like purpose ya hauja define. Sinajua muuliza swali kama who are we, it's just a way of asking but then kitu ni ya nini.
So mtaki kuuliza who are we mjia mko purpose driven
like hata yeye arada hii stuff ni ya nini. Unaget na bedhe most times ukipata unauliza who are we unajuanga tu hii kitu manzeni
hakuna kwenye inaenda
hii kitu ni kuenda inaenda juu mzee ashaanza kushangaa bana hii kitu tunapendana lakini sasa
sioni mali
unaget so alafu hata story ya kupendana hata both friendships na romantic relationships love doesn't make it last because that feeling of loving someone it automatically comes to a point where
inaisha.
So but if you have something to cling to kama purpose and many other things kama support vitu kama hizo then you will be able to remain in the relationship because ukidisagree of course you won't feel like you love that person. Of course love iko na different interpretations based on who you are talking to because people understand love differently. That's another thing.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who told me if someone asks you the meaning of love, you're gonna feel like the 360-page book and you'll never define what love is.
Exactly. Then your definition of love might not be my definition of love.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. And then there's what I would express to you that will be love to you.
Na kwa mtu mwingine
as in mimi naweza kuexpressia kitu wewe kwako una define kama love, mimi kwangu na define kama care. Unaget like sijui kama una
get like ile like your interpretation of what you're doing to me is love but according to you that's just care you're giving.
Yeah, exactly. Because I just be having a conversation with a set of ladies and they were saying like for me I'm just caring so I will just take care of you. No, whether we are friends, whether we are just a lady, just a guy, I'll just take care of you. So this lady was saying, oh bro, unajua ukifanya hizi vitu as we misinterpret it for you like me.
Yeah, there are things if you do to me like if you're a guy kuna vitu kifanya pia mimi niko like okay my friends don't do that for me but there so nitakuwa ile mimi nitakuuliza mbona unanifanyia hivi like what is your intention because the problem is behind a lot of people doing things is always like an intention behind that. Unaweza kuwa ni kitu vizuri but hapo nyuma uko na intention. But there are those friends of mine who I can actually testify and say I have friends of mine who are genuine friends like they'll do things for me and they don't even ask me like oh do this for me because I am doing this for you.
You see sasa kama vile umesema now that's you that's how you are. Like unajua but then kifanywa na mtu ifike extent fulani najua mse
niko na swali what are your intentions.
Exactly. Alafu kuna mimi mwenye on this other side nime grow up in a certain type of a way so probably growing up yangu there are things I was taught in a certain way probably how to handle a lady so mimi I have been growing up like that. Unaget so kwanza kwa society kama hii where men tend to take care of ladies because of maybe they want to sleep with them. Unaget sasa mimi nimezoea hivyo like not because I want to sleep with you but because it's how I was brought up.
Of your house.
Yeah, you get so mimi I just do things and then the next minute you're like kwani unanidai I'm like okay so nilikuwa nafaa kudu
No, I think it's about what the society has actually brought us believing that. Me, it got to a point where I used to believe like that every time a man does something nice for me, they want to sleep with me. But then I got this friend of mine. We met in November of, I think, 2022. And I remember that friend of mine akaanza kunitreat vizuri to a point ngamza kwa nataka kaniambia, no, you're my friend. You're younger than me. Naitanga mimi sister yake mdogo. You're my friend, you're my little sister. That's why I'm treating you. I'm treating you that way. Because if you are not my younger sister, if you are not my friend, that's a different story. But the reason I treat you this nice is because I take you for a little sister and there's nothing else I want from you. And our friendship has actually, like right now, he's the one male friend I know. When I'm going through something, hey, Sasa, he's the one. I remember every time I'm going through something, I don't even call him. Sometimes I just be like, hey, Abu, call me back. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
And he will call. But the problem with that is a lot of people who are like our mutual friends are usually like, wanalanga pamoja. But I'm like, we don't sleep together. Exactly. We are not dating.
Exactly.
He just treats me nice and to make our boundaries. Because the problem is, as much as people are treating you nice, if you don't put up boundaries with those people are just going to be like, I'm going to do this, but you sleep with me. But because you didn't put up those boundaries when the friendship was beginning or when the relationship was beginning, people are going to just be like, oh, nikifanya hivi udema nafanyanga hivi.
Yeah.
If I do this person progress this way because you did not put up boundaries. And that one day let's let me put boundaries. If this person does this and you don't reciprocate, to become a fake friend.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
I know. So, nimesikia ukiongea kitu, then it like triggered something in my mind. You know, the culture that you are currently living in is a very toxic culture.
Tell me about it.
It's a very toxic culture. And you know, the thing about culture is that culture is the way of life. That's what we define it.
Yeah.
So, who really defines what culture is? It's just us.
Yeah.
You get it? But now, what makes this culture even toxic is because if a certain person lives a certain kind of a life and they seem to prosper, now that becomes like a marking scheme. Like, that's how
kila mtu anataka kama huyo alifanya hivi akafanya hivi, maybe if I do that I'll become successful.
Exactly.
But it doesn't work that way. Everybody has their own grace and favor in life.
Exactly.
And just because someone did that and he succeeded doesn't mean that if you do that you're going to succeed.
Exactly.
But people don't understand that. Like, I think we're just in a culture where people think if I copycat these people, that specific person, my end game and my end result should be the same. Alafu akifika pale akose kusucceed, unasikia amesema wewe alitumia uchawi. Oh, that did what? Yeah. But that's even the case. The case is everybody has different grace, different favor in their life.
Exactly.
Kama favor yako ilikuwa hapo utabarikiwa, hapo utabarikiwa. But people don't understand that. They don't.
And you see, that's why so many people are struggling, because like, this culture is an attempt to take humanity outside themselves, like take you away from you yourself.
Yeah, you know, I think it's because ile unasemanga, because this has happened, I don't want to feel emotion. And for you to stop to be emotionally unavailable, you have to stop being humane.
Exactly.
But people don't understand that. We had a conversation with a friend of mine, we actually argued about it. Because then they say, you can be humane and be emotionally unavailable. Can you? Can you be humane but emotionally unavailable?
It's like saying, wewe ni ng'ombe but huwezi kukamuliwa. Like, unaget?
Wewe ni ng'ombe ya maziwa lakini hutoi maziwa.
Wewe ni ng'ombe ya maziwa but hutoi maziwa. Okay, ukikamua inatoka something else. As in, like, ni kama wewe ni ng'ombe but huwezi fanya more. Like, you see, like, it's,
so you get my point. A lot of people believe if I'm emotionally unavailable, I can still be humane. But they forget the part when you take out the emotional part in you, you stop being humane.
Exactly.
So a lot of people in our generation are inhumane because they stopped being emotionally available for people. And they think, itafika mahali. And people be bragging, me, I turned off my emotions. That's not a brag, by the way.
True.
It's not. It's a problem.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And that's going to affect you. It's going to affect your friends.
And the circle around you.
Your romantic relationship. So, as I was saying, hii culture vile iko kama sahi vile tunapata vitu zikiwa. Unapata lazima uende primary, high school, secondary, campus. Ukitaka kufanya masters ufanye. Lazima uende huko nje apply job. And then after umesettle, umekaa, umekula pesa yako, uolewe. Unaona kuna kwanga kama marking scheme fulani.
Kuna marking scheme fulani. Life inakwanga na marking scheme kweli, as much as people are using.
Sasa mimi when I grew up, acha tu niseme ukweli, mimi nikigrow up, mimi nilikuwa najua ndio ni make it in life, hiyo marking scheme lazima nifuate to the latter. Unaget? So unapata mjama mdogo ni ka CEO ka 21 years, madhe yako anakuambia na bado hujamaliza kusoma. una get like
Yeah.
like anajaribu it's a good
Watu
thing you're
it's
doing.
a good thing you're doing,
Eh.
but our parents, the
Yeah.
older generation believe in you have to go to a
Exactly.
specific standard
Exactly.
ili ukuwe CEO.
Exactly. Lazima upitie process fulani ndio hata hii kitu ukianza you are too young for this. Una get? So mi naona hii culture yenye tunaishi ni very toxic, inafanya watu wasikuwe themselves ideally, and that is ni kama unafanya humanity polepole inaendelea tu kwa extinct because humans are very expressive. You have to allow them to be expressive. Ukifanya mtu akose ku expressive, you don't want to know how much that person can turn into a very different person. Juu lazima uallow mse ako expressive, na part of expression ni innovations. Ukiallow mtu to come up with their own things and they run it, that person is fully satisfied within themselves because they are satisfying a need of being expressive. Una get? So me na encouraging you siku kwa wewe acha story mob, just be you. But unfortunately hii story yote ya being yourself inaanzanga kukatiwa down from when you start growing up. So it depends with your parents who are bringing you up.
Who brought you up?
Una get? Because now if your parents cannot allow you to be yourself, but they are training you to be like a future version of themselves, ama labda walikuwa nataka kuwa someone but they couldn't.
Ile nyonambia mimi nilikuwa nataka kuwa daktari.
Exactly.
Na just kuwa daktari usomee udaktari.
Sana anajaribu kukufanya vile utakuwa hiyo daktari yenye alikuwa anataka kukua to fit their own future need. Unaona? Na ukiangalia hata bigger broader picture, it's just a need of expression. Your father wanted to be a doctor so that I feel satisfied in being in that profession. Una get? But sasa juu hakukua bado anataka kufeed hiyo
anasikia kama hiyo there's a gap and a void.
Exactly, anataka kufeel hiyo need kwako through you, but ukiangalia tena it's very toxic because every child is different, every person is unique and authentic. Kila mtu akona uniqueness yake. Sijui nilikuwa kuna event tulikuwa tumeenda na nilikuwa nauliza sijui kama ushaona there are two MCs offering the same thing but people love this one or this one. Now wanafanya the same thing.
That's true.
But it's their authenticity ama uniqueness ndio inafanya this kitu ina sell more than this. Una get? Yeah. So hata kwa podcasts unapatanga kuna wasee mimi nasikizanga podcast mob but nikitaka a certain thing
there's a specific podcast you're going to listen.
Kama mimi nikitaka story mob naweza enda kwa mic check nisikize hizo stories zao nini. Nikitaka more serious thing kama relationship naenda yake na Ben Psychos. Get? Like Ben Psycho. Anyway, Joyride podcast anyway utaenda kuicheck. Yeah. So like una get sasa kila mnaweza fanya nyinyi wote mnafanya podcast but if
whatever is unique in your podcast,
exactly.
What is
trust me, if you start following another podcast up on the failure nyifanye ni vitu kivyenyu watu watapenda ile kitu mna offer. Exactly. So but unapata saa hii manzee wazazi hata wenyewe wataki ukue wewe. Unamwambia mimi dad nataka kusomea hii napenda hii. Ndio anakuambia hapana huwezi somea hiyo kitu kwa nyumba yangu. Fanya hii kitu ingine.
I feel like a lot of parents are like that, but if your parents have been like they're mentally aware, because I remember even for me it was like that when I got to school the first time I was so my but says when I told them I've done that and I don't think that is gonna work for me, this is what I want to do right now, they're like okay, they're gonna support me. But a lot of parents they're usually like yo ataita kulipa. Yo, but most of the time what we actually want to do is I'm not looking for something to pay me. I want to study something that I know I'm gonna be able to give back to the society. Because society has given me so much and I want to give back to society. But if my own family, if my own surroundings don't allow me to be authentic, how am I able to create authentic friends?
Exactly.
Because if I'm a fake friend, if I'm a fake person, I'm just gonna make fake friends.
Exactly.
Which to me doesn't make any sense in any way. Like, because I mean, if there's something I hate, I don't even call them fake friends. I call them enemies. They're just like they've been enemies all along. But unapata mse anajua tabia zako, anajua what you like and what you don't like. So they emit, like they eliminate, no, they imitate. They imitate those behaviors so that they can be able to fit what you want to be. But for me, I'm like, okay, sawa. How long are you going to be pretending to pretend? Wait, Jesus. To be who
you are not.
I want you to be. It's a stuff kamali pe utachoka. So I'm like, just don't pretend to be who you are. Like whoever will like you for who you are.
Yeah.
Whoever is meant to be your friend will be your friend for who you are, because hakuna mtu mwenye ameumbwa akue island. Kila mtu atakuwa na bisho zake. And eventually if you're authentic enough, you're going to find your circle of friends.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, umenikumbusha, umenipeleka mbali. Unajua mimi napenda kusikiza vitu za psychology sana, so umeongelea hiyo stuff nikakumbuka. There's a certain man, sijui unamjua, but he is from the western countries. Yeah, I won't mention his name, but he says there's always a constant war between authenticity and attachment. Because you find that, okay, he gave a very good example about a young child, just a child. Huyu child ametoka nje kucheza, maybe alikuwa na toy, maybe a friend alisnatch the toy. Unaget? So vile amerudi, of course amerudi amejam, amekasirika, he's emotional, amekuja kwa mom, sema mom for example. So amekuja kwa mama analia. Then the first thing the mom does is anamkemea. Anamwambia mbona unalia? Unaget? Si nilikwambia usitoke nje, kitu kama hiyo. Unaget? So what the child does, ana suppress your emotion, ana chill, ana suppress na ana chill. Unaget? So next time the same scenario happens, guess what? The child will not come to the mother.
True.
You get me? So what the child is simply doing, the child is simply adapting in a certain way so that he can maintain the attachment that he has with the mother. Unaget? At the compromise of what?
His authenticity.
Authenticity. Yeah, and who he is, ama how he reacts to certain things. Unaget? So in hiyo kitu si healthy. And that's why you find so many parents complaining when they find out that their children did a certain thing that they didn't expect they would do. Why? Because they themselves self-sabotaged. When you didn't allow that child to express themselves, now that's where the whole problem started. Unaget? It's better I express, ikifika extremes unamcontrol. Because vitu kama anger, socially speaking, kama tunge control na wazazi, tungekonga tu. Exactly. So the thing is, not si kuwakataza, ni kuwakubali, but you help them control. Unaget? So kuna kwanga hiyo constant war, but trust me, an attachment that lacks authenticity is not long lasting. Because trust me, if a child is not connected to the parent from childhood, then it automatically means it's going to be an issue in adulthood. Probably the child might be connected to you just because they cannot rely on somebody else, because a child cannot rely on, they just have to rely on you, so they just adapt so that they live with you. Sasa ikifika place fulani ako independent, ndio unapata mtoi anatorokea madhe.
Naendanga nyumbani, wakishapata kazi watoke kwa hiyo nyumba.
Exactly.
You'll never see them again.
So unaona, so but an attachment, but if the mother would sit down and listen, asikie mtoi analia juu ya nini, analia juu ya hii. Sasa utavalidate feeling ya mtoi. Unaget? Hata kama amereact vibaya, labda amekam, amegonga vitu huko, masufuria nini, unamwambia hapana, kaa chini tuongea. The mtoi amwambie mnyang'anya toe huko nini, nimekasirika.
It's called gentle parenting.
Exactly. Alafu unamunderstand, but at the end of it all, the child has to know the reaction has to be punished because it's not a healthy reaction. Unaget? Si ati hujamsikiza.
So unasema we start the healthy habits when they are young.
Exactly. And that's why the organization yetu ni ya young people. Especially those who are dating, but especially those who are not married. Especially, si ati accommodate watu married. No, that's not the thing. But to deal with this thing, you have to start from the roots. Okay, of course, you are grown up then, but we can change you now that you are logically thinking. It's easier to convince you that this is how things are done.
So you've said something about your organization. I want to go back there. Umesema your organization is for people who are dating.
Mostly young people. Of course, young people wezi kosa watu wana date hapo. Of course.
So sisi wenye to date tusikuje.
See, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I was joking. But my question about that was, do you have counselors who offer like those services?
Yeah, in fact,
are they married?
Let me calm down. You're taking me
No,
first.
I'm not taking you to first. It's because if I am a young person, and maybe I am single or maybe I am dating, I want to talk to somebody who relates to what I am going through.
Yeah.
If I come to a counselor and I'm single and they are married and I tell them, oh, my friend did this and this, ama so unakuja unapata ni mtu ako sorry, ni millennial ama Gen X. Unakuja kwanza kumwambia stories za sneaky links.
Exactly.
Na friends with benefits. I don't think they're gonna relate with me. Ndio maana nimekuuliza, are those counselors that you offer in your organization?
Our tuko nao counselors wako hapo. Be sure that they are within the age gap. Youth age gap iko wapi? Ni 18 to 35. So your age gap hapo ndio
wako. So hivyo ni watu wanaelewa mashida yetu.
Exactly, na ni watu wako evenly distributed such that unajua sasa mimi hata kama mimi na msi yako 27, okay, sitaki kusema miaka yangu, but nasema tuko youth, but unajua pia kwa youth kuna wase wamemature faster than others.
Yeah, true.
Because of the virtue of age difference. So unapata kuna certain counselors who can handle okay, depending also with the issue. Unaweza pata kuna wenye unaweza elewana probably because maybe you grew up within the same age gap, like so it's easier to familiarize yourself with that person, right? Yeah, lakini ukitaka older people pia si vibaya. I can recommend you to some people who are experienced.
Thank you. I would rather I used to have a therapist, or I still have her. If I need to call her, I call her. And the reason I think tulisikizana haraka is because when we started, ukianza counseling, like that time when you get to know who you are and your counselor, she was like, I'm also a single mom, and I'm also a single mom. Like hiyo kitu ilifanyanga like ni relate na yeye faster, because there are things I'm gonna be like, oh, my kid did this. She will relate because she's a mother and she's raising her kid alone. Una get? But sasa telling me to go for counseling, which I'm not telling people not to do that, telling me to go for like a marriage and family therapy to somebody who is not in a family. Kuna mashida nitamwambia atakuwa like, how is that a serious problem? Una get? Ndio maana nimekuelezea hiyo story ya. Kwanza kuna venye zinaniambia hata mimi niseme age yangu, tuseme niko 18 years old. Wao wananiambia niko 18 years old. Na niko na mashida za 18 years old, alafu niko na mtu ako 50 years old. Their generation and my generation. Kwanza hii generation tuko na mashida zingine tu. Like kuna sikia mashida mtu like, excuse me, I'm sorry, but what?
Mazi, alafu unajua sasa juu ya hizi stories za technology na hizi vitu zote. So by virtue of that, sisi tuko exposed at a young age. So unapata unafungonga milango zingine za wacha niseme attacks ya problems zingine mapema. Unaget? Sasa kama hiyo time ya wazae wao walikuwa nashika simu wakiwa 25 huko. Mzee ulianza kushika simu ukiwa class 4.
Class 6.
So unapitia shida za okay, at that time yake wa 25 hizo ndo mashida napitia. Wewe unapitia hizo the same problems unapitia
at a young age.
So unapata umzae badala ya kukusaidia ataanza kukwambia, yaani uko na simu na mimi nilipata simu nikiwa 25. Hata okay, sasa
so they are not even validating exactly. They are like gaslighting you.
Exactly. Na unajua huwezi escape technology. Lazima kama ina grow grow with the trend. Unaget? Huwezi kuwa na katululu. Hata katululu ni kama mimi naonanga sometimes itaisha kwa market. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone, guys. I'm sorry,
but
guys.
It's true because sorry, okay, me for me, I don't know how people siko baya. Yet I mean, if I find even when I'm sorry, but I don't know how you guys are surviving with Katululu. You don't have WhatsApp, you don't have Instagram, you don't have TikTok on your phone. Like, how do you keep up? Okay, I have a TV in my house, but I don't watch TV. My TV in my house is for YouTube. It's not for watching TV. So when I even escape strong when I nilikuwa na watch news, I'm like, actually na watch. You get, because me nikitaka news, I'll just go to like Twitter. I'll be like, the first 5 tops. I'm a Nairobi gossip. That's where I get my udaku and my like trending news. But then you hear someone be like, every time I go home kutoka 9 account anaongea kwa nyumba mnakaa chini mna watch TV, and I'm like,
man, inakaa cringe.
Mimi already najua che inasoma kwa TV juu I read about it in the morning.
Man, umesema kitu nilikuwa niseme. Unajua there was a time mama ananiambia, hey manze, siweke news. Me I'm like, okay, acha niweke juu umesema. Then after like listening to the news, I'm like, hizi vitu zote wamesema hapa
nilisoma Nairobi gossip.
Ulishasoma zote. Like juu Nairobi gossip ina update every single time. Unajua news inagoja inachiliwi mpaka 9 pm. Sasa mimi nishajua hizi stories zote. Kwanza hata mimi ndo namuelaboratea. Unaget? Sasa news inakonga unasema statement, unaletwa tu picha inaisha. But at least Nairobi gossip iko na time ya kuscroll, ya kusoma, kusikiza comments. Unaenda pale X,
una interact na watu.
Exactly. Yeah, so nini ingine tulikuwa so juzi nilikuwa nimeka something in my Instagram ilikuwa about relationships. I think ni juu jana we were talking about relationships, and there's this girl who triggered my thoughts sana. So nilitoka huko na feel kama hii content haiwezi heri ni record na simu tuipost IG watu waione. So and something that she shared her experience na akaniambia recently there's this guy she met recently. He's a good guy, but unapata vitu zinasikia chill. I'm getting there. Okay, sijui definition yako ya good guy ni gani?
I don't believe they're good guys.
Okay. Simple. Fair enough. Because pia mimi I don't believe they're good guys.
Thank you.
Because sikia in this sense. In this sense. Because I feel like the definition of good is perfect. That's my idea of
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Unaget? I don't believe they are perfect guys.
There's no perfect person.
Unaget? There's no perfect person. So that's why I'm agreeing with you. There's no good guy. Yeah, but they are okay. Saki kusema better guys.
Wako tuseme tu wako tu.
Okay, acha niseme watu wamedeal na themselves to some extent.
Yeah, to some extent.
Acha niseme hivyo. So we were talking with her and she said wamepatana na msee, wamevibe. Wamepatana tu juzi hata like not even months, like just maybe a month, weeks. So wamekuwa tu akiongea nini and things unaanza kupata feelings. Unaanza kufeel kama this thing it's going inaenda a different route. Unaget? Alafu kuna highs in those conversations. There are so many highs. Una feel wow, this guy is meeting my
whatever I want. Exactly. Relationship ikianza.
Especially for you ladies. When you ladies, especially if somebody is meeting your emotional requirements, man, it doesn't matter. This guy is for me. This guy understands me.
Si wote. Sitaki kusema hiyo ingine but si wote.
Sawa, no problem. And many others.
No, I'm saying there are a lot of friends of mine that I know that it's not about the emotional nowadays because you're like, I can emotionally connect with everyone. Hata see what you bring to the table. Okay, hii podcast ndazo wangu asiwatch. It's about what you're bringing to bed. That I have most of friends who are like, okay, this guy is emotionally mature, financially stable, but kwa kitanda anafanya. So for most ladies that I know, I don't think it's about the emotional availability of a man anymore. Because a lot of men have learned how to fake being emotionally available. So Mr. Kiku emotionally available. I want to know what you're bringing to bed. I will bring something to the table if that is what you want.
Not because you have decided to go that way. Let me now change.
I'll story kwanza.
Okay.
But ulizo usahau swali.
Okay, let's think about it. There is no lady who will offer, okay.
Iseme tu.
Let me, okay. Actually naenda kusema kitu then I realize kuna other factors. So when somebody is getting into a relationship, I'm hoping that mko hapo ku build something. Definitely that's the goal, right?
That's the goal of the relationship.
Yeah. Like you are going there mkiwa na aspect here, we are building something. So in that context, just kutoka kwa hiyo context niende contexting kuna other contexts, but in the context of a relationship
building,
which involves emotional building. You have to be emotionally connected, financially and many other things. But mi nataka kustick na emotionally. Okay, so because you have decided to go to bed matters, I'll just go about the bed matters. Haven't you realized, I know probably you know something about, you've told me you're a counselor, right?
Yeah. So
let me take you to that route. Mi nimekuwa nikisikiza couples therapy for some time. Kuna nitangwaje hiyo kitu?
Podcast.
Si podcast. Actually ni a series. Ni a series, ni a couples therapy. Actually inaitwa tu hivyo couples therapy. So nimekuwa nikisikiza hiyo stuff for some time. And one of the major problems that are brought to the table ni bed matters. Unaget? And you find that kuna time yenye, there is a time where the lady does not want to offer sex to the guy. Unaget? So I know this is going to be deep, but let me just talk about it. But you realize dig deeper, it's because the guy has not been available. How? Emotionally. No.
For them. But I'm gonna say this. Gonna say this. You see, your couples, I've not watched it, but ni watu wazee.
Okay, but kuna wenye ni young. Okay, youth, yeah.
But ni wale wenye I will get married first and then I will have sex first.
Okay, I don't know because they don't reveal. Giving, okay, but they don't reveal. Let's take that assumption. Let's start that assumption.
Yeah. So the problem is tumejuana. We have gone on dates, we have connected emotionally. But then ikifika pale kwa kitanda haujui chenye unafanya. I know this is not supposed to be an episode about that, but hujui chenye unafanya, so no. So me as a lady, I don't feel like whatever you're doing is satisfying me. So what am I gonna do? I will either buy choice or I will go and look for someone else. So no. The moment nimetoka nje, as a lady, my emotional availability to this relationship inaisha. So every time unaniguza, mi sikufikiri. And with ladies, we have the reason emotional availability for ladies doesn't matter anymore is because once I connect with someone emotionally, I want to be there for them in everything. So the moment nimetoka nje, I'm going to be emotionally available for someone else, not for you. Ndio maana utaguza dem aruke. Jue akileke shatoka kwa hiyo relationship. Na plus kuna wale mademu wanasemanga this is a wasted body count.
This is interesting.
It is.
It is very interesting.
Go sit down with girl groups.
Because I'm wondering, okay, all along what I've been thinking is that what actually I think I'm a Christian. Let me start from there.
Everybody's a Christian.
Yeah,
I am also a Christian.
No, there are Muslims also.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, I'm also
I'm
a
a Christian,
Christian.
and I heavily believe on, especially in umesema, having sex in marriage. This is the reason. Not that I'm judging people who no. This is my reason. Okay, one, because I'm a Christian and I believe in God. But secondly, is because there is time to build emotionally. I believe that you cannot enjoy something with someone if you're not emotionally connected.
Yes,
Chill.
True. Nimesema
The reason as to why you can share a moment with a friend is because you have a connection with that friend. True?
True.
That's an experience.
Yeah, hapo ndipo tumeelewana.
Exactly, unaget. So ukisema ati you have had sex with this guy, and then because he has not met certain requirements, and then you turn off, I'm like, then you guys have not connected yet emotionally, because if sex is a deal breaker for you to break up with this guy, then it means pia emotionally kuna gap.
I don't think there's an emotional gap. I could be so interested. I could be so interested in somebody, but when it comes to that, your bed matters. And he's emotionally available, but I don't feel satisfied. As much as I'm emotionally available in this relationship, there's something that is lacking in the relationship.
Okay.
You know, I am trying to build a healthy relationship, and a healthy relationship has to be equal on all aspects: the financial aspect, the spiritual aspect, the emotional aspect, and the bed aspect.
Okay.
Sawa. Yeah. So to me, build on 3 aspects.
Of course.
Why do I have to compromise on the one?
Let me ask you. You know, when it comes to bed matters are very sensitive. Let's start from there.
Yeah.
And there's need for communication. I was listening to a certain guy. Actually, I think he was a pastor. He was talking about having a healthy sex life within marriage. Unaget? And he was mentioning something that was very disturbing. That it's easier for you guys to have the thing but not talk about it.
True.
You get it?
True.
No, that's where you fail, because now how can you have it and you have not talked? If
Let
you
me
feel
ask
like
you a
you
question.
listen, if you have had it, you see, and you feel like it could be done better based on your own specifications, why would you not communicate about it and offer and not talk about it and then leave for somebody else?
Let me ask you a question.
Ask.
Kasa hizi, are you dating?
Me, I'm not.
You're not.
Yeah.
So kasa hizi sema uko na dem. Wewe dem akuja kwambia, "By the way, mimi venye ulinikula, mimi sikufurahia." What would be your first thought? Not as an emotionally available man, not as an emotionally intelligent man. Kama mwanaume, kitu ya kwanza utakuja kwa akili yako ni gani?
Utafikiria sikumsatisfy. That's the first thing. And
Heri wewe. The first thing other people will be like, this guy is a hoe.
Oh.
That is what a lot of, and your man unafikanga point you're like, me and my friends, me and my friends, we will sit down, we'll talk about sex with my friends, but you'll never find me at in mekachi and discuss sex na mwanaume. Because the moment I go to a man and I tell a man, by the way, you did this and I didn't like this, I like it done like this, they're gonna be like, ulijulia wapi?
Okay. So
that's why I will not discuss it with you. I'll just be like, you're not doing this enough, let me just leave, let me go and find somewhere and nitafanya vile nataka.
Okay, fair enough. But I advocate for communication.
Everybody advocates for communication.
Let me tell you,
but as much as I'm trying to communicate, are you communicating back with me? Unanisikiza tu ama unanisikiza afu unanigaslight?
Exactly.
Umeget?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I will communicate. I will come and tell you this and this happened. I don't like this and this is happening. Sindo, what is your reaction to me? You see, that first reaction you give me, when you say, how can you satisfy? So what's the solution?
Okay. So, acha tuingie communication pia. Unajua unataja vitu, then I'm like, wacha tuende nayo basi. Kama hii route tuliyoamua tuende, wacha tuende. So unajua communication si complete kama hakuna reception ya information. Unaget? Lazima kuwe na feedback, hiyo ni communication. Ukiongelesha mtu na akose return back the answer, that's not communication. Ilikuwa one sided, hiyo hata si communication. Unaget? So kama ni communication inafaa kuwa two sided. Unaget? Then for every communication you make, lazima kukuwe na accountability. Lazima useme uli communicate, maybe ni feelings maybe nilifanya kitu ukafeel vibaya ukaniambia, nikakwambia pole, nita change. Accountability si kusema pole peke yake. Accountability pia iko kwa actions zako. Hiyo ndio ina tick box ya accountability fully. Juu unaweza niambia pole, nita change, ndio ni feel vizuri at the moment, then niendelee na shughuli zangu. Unaget? So hata within matters za bed za everything that pertains communication. Kama mnaongelelea certain type of a thing, nikikuongelesha unafaa kurespond a type of a way enye itanifanya ni feel secure, especially for this is like advice to men. Ladies usually seek for safety and security a lot. Mimi nakwambia ukiongelesha hiyo lady akileta an issue, then your issue ujibu tu vibaya hivi hivyo.
Yeah, because I'm not expecting you to be perfect, but I'm expecting you to look at my point of view. Shida wanaume ni, sorry to say this, you men look at something like, I come and tell you this, you don't look at it from my way, you look at it from your side. Sindo? Si tunataka, if I come and tell you, by the way, I don't like this and this and this, look at it from my point of view. Si usiangalie kutoka kwa point of view ya mwanaume. And that is why there's a lot of miscommunication in relationships. Because I have friends of mine who will be like, me, as much as I love the guy I'm dating, or as much as I love the guy I'm sleeping with, I don't like this about them. And I cannot tell them about it because nikimwambia hata iangalie hivyo. Ama nitamwambia seme, pole, wiki moja ata change your behavior. The next week, he goes back to the same behavior. And I already told him about that. The moment I mentioned to it again, ataweza kusema je unanisumbua. Ama you want me to change. But that's not what I want. I just want you to look at, there's a lot of miscommunications in those relationships. True.